Hey, what's up everybody? How you doing today? Thanks for coming back and checking out the channel again if you're a returning subscriber. And if you're new here, just want to say thanks for finding your way to my channel. And I hope that today's topic is informative for you, the people. I am so glad you're here. We talk about music, business, finance, current music trends, and basically how we're getting screwed. I mean, sometimes we do. But mostly we're talking about the good things in the music industry and positive things that are going to help us move forward as a group of people. Artists, music people, you're all welcome here. So if you like what you see, just click the subscribe button and consider becoming a subscriber and doing all that fun stuff. Okay? Okay. So let's dive right into it. Today's topic is talking about how to safely put together a concert. It seems like the Germans have figured out how to do it. And guess what? It involves wearing a mask. Remember way back when? What way back when do you mean, Jacob? Well, I'll tell you, it's the one where I talked about that Germany was doing all this experimental concert type stuff to see, you know, how they were going to jumpstart the live concert music industry again. And they were going to put on these concerts and expose people to COVID and do all sorts of different things, you know, or they were going to at least, you know, put a bunch of people in a room, test them before they go in, and see if anybody came out with it, or, you know, just all kinds of weird, crazy experiments, just trying to figure out how in the world do we get back to normal. Well, those test results have come back, and I'm here to share with you some of the, those test results are back, and there's some really interesting data that I'd like to share with you. But first, a little backstory for the people that did not see that video. So back in July, a bunch of scientists got a whole bunch of people together, and it was like around 4,000 or so, and they just tested a whole bunch of different scenarios and figured out how they could have concerts again, because we all miss concerts, and I miss playing them, and so do all my musician friends, and a lot of the people that love going to concerts and spend a lot of their money going to concerts, they missed them too. So the whole system is completely destroyed, and they just were the first to really organize and say, hey, we're going to try and come up with a solution. So here are some of the results that they found. And also, here's some of the parameters that they used to do the study. So without further ado, let's get into it. This whole entire project was actually called Restart 19, which is pretty funny because they could have called it Restart 2020, and that would have probably been even better. But I digress. So on August 22nd, they recruited people for about 10 hours to get together. They ranged from the age of 18 to 50, and they were all very healthy and checked out ahead of time. Initially, they looked at having closer to 4,000 people there, but they ended up only settling at about 1,500 because, I mean, hey, let's face it, you're basically putting yourself in a Peachtree dish and becoming the actual experiment for COVID-19, and who wanted to do that back in August, right? So the first scenario number one, was just a normal concert that you would have gone to all the time, very much pre-pandemic, no social distancing, everybody's just crammed in there, real close to the stage, watching a show. The second scenario that they tested was one where everyone was appropriately socially distanced. The third one they did was with seats. So they had people sit down, enjoy the concert, and then leave, essentially. The third one they did was simply just have everybody come down and sit in actual designated seats, and then they left. So everybody in the audience was given like very safe masks. They were also giving contact tracers so they could actually see where people were touching, etc. And they also used fog to sort of give an idea as to how airflow was happening in the room. The findings were very interesting, and essentially it came to be that it really comes down to how great the ventilation systems are in the venues, which is no surprise to me because, you know, Delta has been doing this thing where they upgraded all of their ventilation systems to make sure that air is not being recycled, or if it is, it's being recycled in a way that's, you know, 0.00 clean, so to speak. But the idea of the concert is basically the same. You have a great ventilation system. You have a really good chance of not wearing COVID if you also wear a mask. A post-concert survey was done, and it said that up to about around 90% of the people who attended the concert said, I wouldn't mind wearing a mask to go watch a concert because, hey, let's face it, I miss live music. Where there is a will, there is a way, people. So what does this all mean? Does this mean that concerts just immediately come right back? The truth is, most of the venues that I've ever been into have like the worst ventilation systems ever. And the idea of a company being able, or like an independent theater, or any sort of major moves from a major conglomerate like Live Nation would just drop a bajillion dollars on new ventilation systems and mortgage that to the future, it seems a little unlikely to me. At least in the short term. I think that their probable play is to continue to do what they're doing right now, doing these outdoor concerts and trying to just show people that they care and they want to bring live music back and, you know, doing that kind of stuff. But it does make you wonder, like, if there was a sweeping move in installing ventilation systems across the country in all of these venues, both large and small, could we get back to work? Maybe. I'm just simply happy that a study was done that was done in a professional manner that now gives us data that we can look at and say that we can get together and do live concerts if these certain things are met. And I think at this point, no matter whether you're a masker or anti-masker or have any sort of agenda at all with this, I think everybody at the end of the day is a music lover, and they would probably, you know, make the sacrifice of wearing a mask just to show up and enjoy music again. And I know that musicians like myself and all my friends would love to also do that too. Today's artist today is a band that is no longer in existence, so that's why it's really important that I talk about them. It is the band called Jungle, spelled Jungol, and they are based right here where I'm at, from Atlanta, Georgia, and they are awesome. They were around many moons ago. The Yoder brothers did a really great job in putting together many, many albums of great music. But the album that I always keep going back to is this album called Places, and you should go and check that out. Shout out to Graham, Josh, Jason, Zach, the whole crew. Sure do miss hearing you guys. So hey, did you enjoy the video? Click that like button and consider becoming a subscriber. Be sure and check out my website, www.sweetdeat.com, D-E-A-T. You'll love it. I put all kinds of stuff there, and I'm going to be putting a whole bunch more content up there real soon that's not on there right now, but there's a lot of stuff there anyway, so you should go watch it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. See you later.